How's it going, everybody? Andre here from liveholy.org, and today I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it really means to be a disciple of Yeshua. Um, in Luke 14, verse 25 through 35, we find Yeshua, he's addressing some large crowds that have been following him for quite some time. He said, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father or mother, and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which one of you, when he wants to build a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost, to see if he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who observe it will ridicule him, saying, 'This man began to build and was not able to finish.' Or what king, when he sets out to meet other kings in battle, will not first sit down and consider whether he is strong enough with 10,000 men to encounter the one against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is still far away, he sends a delegation and asks for terms of peace. So then, none of you can be my disciple who does not give up all his own possessions." Now, the point that Yeshua is making here is that if you want to be his disciple, you can't remain with the crowd. There was a crowd following him, and they were following him for all kinds of different reasons. But ultimately, if you want to be a disciple, you're going to have to leave that crowd. You're going to have to take a step, turn your back on that crowd, and say, "I'm going my own way. I'm going to follow him, and I'm going to put everything else behind me." One of the things that Yeshua didn't talk about when he talked about building the tower is that not only will you get mocked if you don't complete it, if you begin following Yeshua and then turn back, you will also be mocked right at the beginning. I'm reminded of the book of Nehemiah, in Nehemiah 4:1, when they go back and they begin rebuilding the temple. It says, "Now it came about when Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, he became furious and angry and mocked the Jews." You see, they're going to begin to mock you the moment that you step outside of that crowd. The moment that you take those steps forward, that they might cheer you on a little bit, but there will come a point where they will draw that line in the sand and they will say, "If you cross this line, you're no longer one of us. You're no longer a member of the crowd, and you're now on your own." And at that point, they will turn against you. And that's exactly what had happened in the book of Nehemiah. They felt threatened. They felt, they felt as though the Jews were doing something that was beyond what they should have been. And they said, "No, you're a bunch of fanatics. You're a bunch of freaks." And they mocked. And that is what will happen to you when you begin to take this journey as a disciple. And that is part of the cost that you must pay. The next thing that Yeshua talks about is how if you're a king and you're going to battle, you have to make sure that you have the resources to take on the other king, to take on that opposing army. And the reason why he brings that up is because it is going to cost you everything. It's going to cost you all of your resources. It's going to cost you all of your energy, all of your life force. It's going to have to be put forward to devoting yourself to Yeshua, to his teachings, to the teachings of Scripture. And he makes it clear here. So then, no one can be my disciple who does not give up all his own possessions. It's going to cost you literally everything to truly be Yeshua's disciple. So just to sum up, are you willing to pay? Are you willing to give everything to defeat the other king? Are you willing to sacrifice all the way to the end so you can finish building your tower? And are you willing to leave the crowd, the safety, the security, the acceptance of the crowd, to forsake all else in order to pay that price to follow Yeshua? Those are the things you need to ask yourself. If you are willing to do that, then what is that next step that you need to take? What is the next thing that you have to do to grow closer? And is there something that you've been holding on to that you need to let go of in order to take that next step in following Yeshua? I hope you enjoyed what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and I'm going to be posting quite a few more videos in the upcoming weeks. I'll be posting things on everything from theology to moving in the supernatural, and of course, living holy. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.